Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to a very special announcement. And you're probably sat there right now thinking, what could this special announcement possibly be? And then there's probably some of you that are just skipping forward right now, skipping everything I'm saying because you want to hear what the announcement is. And despite heavy speculation, I am not the one inside Eric Rowan's cage. I'm sorry. And I also hate to break it to you, but I am not the one who pied Kevin Owens. No, that is not my special announcement. And before I even announce this special announcement, I just want to say stick around through the whole video, hear everything I have to say behind why I'm making this decision. And yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to say right now, so without any more further ado, let's jump into the special announcement. And so it's been speculated in the dirt sheets for many weeks. What is Deonte DDJ's special announcement going to be? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce to you that I now officially have a Patreon.
Oh, yes!
Yeah!
Those two, they don't miss. They don't miss! He done it!
I feel like I just became a big noodle and I just kind of flopped down.
Well, hey! And so yes, my announcement is that I've officially decided to make a Patreon. Now, not only have I decided to join Patreon, but also I've made sure that when it comes to my Patreon tiers, they are all absolutely stacked with rewards. And not only have I decided to go ahead and make a Patreon page, but one of the most important things that I've found when it comes to Patreon is that if I'm pledging to someone on Patreon, then I want the rewards that I'm getting from that tier to be equal to the amount I'm pledging. And so that was definitely something I was thinking a lot about when I was making this. And so with that being said, the further you go up on the Deonte DDJ Patreon, the further you pledge, then the better the rewards get. Don't get me wrong, there are still some very good rewards in the lower end tiers as well. It's just if you decide to go that extra mile, then you should deserve to be rewarded that extra mile, you know? And in a minute, I will go through all the different tiers and rewards and everything that you'll get, but right now, there's probably one question that you're asking, and that is why? Deonte, why did you decide to make a Patreon page? So as far as that question goes, I could sit here for a little bit and talk to you about why I decided to make it, but I think it's just better if you go to my Patreon and read why I said it there, because I feel like my reasons are very justified as to why I made a Patreon, and it all makes sense if you just go ahead and go read it on the Patreon. It's not a massive paragraph, it's just a little bit of an explanation besides. Well, not besides, that makes no sense. But there is an explanation as to why I decided to make a Patreon, and that is all on the Patreon page, and you can see that very easily. And so if you just go ahead and click on my Patreon link in the description, then you can go ahead and read that, and I'd really appreciate it if you had a better understanding of why I'm doing this, because I promise you, I'm not just doing this for, oh, you're a money whore. No, there are more reasons than that, so go ahead and read that on my Patreon in the description below. And whilst there is a lot more detail on the Patreon as to why I'm doing this, for those of you that want a little bit of a quick explanation, essentially a couple of years ago now, YouTube deleted my YouTube channel over some false copyright strikes. Completely out of my power, I could do nothing about it. I had to fight to get my channel back, and with that, I eventually got my channel back, but also I completely lost my monetization, which again, I had fought for years, and then they just stripped it away because of some false copyright strikes. It's just so annoying. And also, as many of you know, YouTube ain't cheap, both mentally and financially, and so with that being said, I decided to make a Patreon because it's a perfect way of me being able to give back to you guys with the rewards in the tiers, and make sure these rewards are really worth it and everything, whilst also still being able to make some money off making videos as well. Because as I mentioned a moment ago, I really want these rewards in these tiers to be worth it depending on what you pledge, and regardless of what you pledge, if you pledge at all, I appreciate you all the same. But as I mentioned a moment ago, if you go the extra mile, then you deserve to be rewarded with an extra mile. And so that's really what I've tried to do with these rewards. And of course, I'll be working on them as well, and making sure they get better and everything, because it's the first time I'm doing something like this. But anyway, you'll see what I mean when we go into the rewards in a little bit. And so now we move on to an even bigger question. What rewards will I be getting if I decide to pledge to you on Patreon? So as far as the Deonte DDJ Patreon goes, for pledging at the £5 tier, that is the welcome to the roster kid tier, by the way. You've signed on the dotted line, so welcome to the roster kid. For pledging at this tier, you will receive a special shout out in every video as a thank you for your support. And you're certainly moving up the card now, because now you are a mid carder. At £10 a month, you will receive at this tier for pledging a special shout out in every video, just as you would with the £5 one, as a thank you for your support. You will also receive specially early access to all my videos 24 hours early. And this one I am very excited about, because if you pledge at the £10 tier, then you can be a part of the Universe GM mode series. We'll now have exclusive power over who we sign and who we fire on the Raw roster after every pay-per-view. You will also be able to rate every show with a 5-star rating system, which will alter the way the Vince McMahon Fire Strike system works. And so for those of you that watch that series, you know I already have the viewer threshold goal, and now I will have a star rating goal, and if I don't get 4 stars or above on every show, and you guys think the show's garbage, then I could be fine. Now moving swiftly on, you're proving your potential in the upper mid card, because you're an upper mid carder now. At the £20 pledge tier, you will receive, of course, the special shout out in every video videos, and thank you for your support. Early access to all my videos 24 hours early. You will be a part of the Universe GMO series, and you will also have a Patreon exclusive t-shirt merch design. And as you can see there, let's just say an Inferno has risen. But one thing to note about this tier is that you only need to pledge once at the £20 a month to get the t-shirt, and then you can decide to go down or whatever you decide to do. You only need to pledge once to get that exclusive t-shirt. Now moving on to the main event, and this is the £30 tier. You've risen up the card, brother, to prove that you are one of the best in the game. You're main eventing Rumbles, Manias, SummerSlams. You've been a world champion. You're on one of the hottest runs of your career, and you are changing the freaking game. And hey, the crowd hasn't even turned on you yet. Congratulations. And so for pledging at the £30 tier, you will receive, of course, a special shout out, early access to all the videos 24 hours early, being a part of the Universe GMO series, getting the exclusive t-shirt from Patreon, or I should say the Patreon exclusive t-shirt design, and finally, I will follow you on any social of your choice, subscribing to your YouTube channel, following you on Twitter, Instagram, anything, you decide. Now moving on to the big boy, you are a Hall of Famer. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire, you have made it. At the £50 a month tier, you are officially enshrined in the Deonte DDJ Hall of Fame, which, as you can see, it says there, it's 83% more prestigious than the WWE Hall of Fame, because mine doesn't have you know who in it. And for becoming a Deonte DDJ Hall of Famer, I'll even let you have your own Hall of Fame speech in my video. Just don't take as long as Mr. T did, okay? And don't mention your mama 73 times. But for pledging at the £50 tier, you will receive a whopping amount of rewards, and I mean whopping. You get a special shout out in every video, early access to all the videos 24 hours early. You are a part of the Universe GMO series, a Patreon exclusive t-shirt merch design. I will follow you on any social media of your choice. You get special access to giveaways, for example, the WWE 2K21 that I'll be doing in a couple months. You'll get a Patreon exclusive hoodie piece of merch, which is, again, it's fire. And you will also get a personalized video shout out from me as a massive thank you for your support. Now this final tier at £500 a month, the Climb the Ladder Kid Make Yourself Famous tier. So you crazy son of a bitch, you don't actually have to do this. This is kind of just a joke. But I will shave my head bald, eat a Scotch bonnet, and get a tattoo in a video. But don't actually do this. I mean, hey, if you've got the disposable income, then go ahead and, you know. But seriously, this tier is like 99% joke. Don't actually make me eat a Scotch bonnet because I can't handle spicy food. Don't make me get a tattoo because I don't know if I'd like that. Shaving my head bald, what do I want to look like? Phoenix Nitro? And so yeah, there it is. There is my Patreon announcement. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I hope you join me on this journey of pledging to my Patreon. I promise you the rewards will be worth it. And one thing I'm going to keep working towards as well is making the rewards even better for the tiers and balancing them out. This is the first time I'm doing something like this, so you know, there might be some rookie errors in that. I'll probably balance out the tiers a little bit better, but for those of you that decide to jump on this train straight away, I cannot express how much I really appreciate your support. You'll see more when you go to read my why I'm making a Patreon explanation, but if you read that, you'll understand that supporting me on this is going the extra mile, and I love you basically. It would seriously mean the world to me, but hey, don't feel pressured to do this. You don't have to do it. Just showing up and watching my content is enough for me. I appreciate you either way. But if you do want to support me and go ahead and pledge on the Patreon, then go ahead to the link down in the top line of the description and pledge. But yeah, I mean, you can also simply support this video by going ahead and leaving a like on the video, as it will help me out as a small YouTuber a lot more than you think. And also be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any great up and coming content on the channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope you join me on Patreon, and that's been it. Too sweet.